If you're trying to start or grow a t-shirt business, you probably ask this. Should I start with DTG, screen printing, some sort of transfer or embroidery? Which one's the best? Well, I use all of them, and I'm going to show you why, how I mix them in my shop, and what nobody really tells you about each method, especially when you're doing this full-time, plus a bonus method, so stick around to the end. I run a t-shirt and embroidery business here in Houston, and I'm not here to sell you on one magical method. I'm here to tell you the real deal so you don't waste your time or money chasing the gear that doesn't fit your business. Let's start with direct to garment or DTG. I use this Brother GTX, and for full color, short run jobs, this machine is unbeatable. If you have a customer who just wants 3 shirts with full color design, boom, I print it right there. But here's the truth. DTG has its downsides. Pre-treat is annoying, white ink maintenance is constant, and it's not ideal for polyester unless it's white. And then if you just have a bulk order, it's not great. Now, when this was my only option, yeah, I printed up a 100 shirt order because when you start off, you just take on everything. So I use it when the job calls for it. It's how I started my business. This thing was sitting in my dining room, and it's led to me having my own shop 8 years later. I don't personally have a full automatic screen printing setup here in my shop, but I've got partners who do, and they let me jump in and use their equipment when it makes sense. For large runs where we need hundreds of the same design, nothing beats screen printing. The quality, the speed, the durability, it's the gold standard. But for me, it's not worth the space, the chemicals, or the constant setup in this size shop. So instead, I team up with people who already have it dialed in. That way, I still offer it to my customers without adding a whole new department to my business. It's something I'm looking forward to add for sure, maybe quicker than you think. Here's a 4-color screen print press right here next to me, and for those 1 or 2 color jobs, it's perfect. Okay, here's the one that makes people side-eye me sometimes. Screen printed transfers. Yeah, I said it, I use them. For fast, high volume jobs with the same print, it's a cheat code. They are screen printed, just off-site, and then when they're pressed, they press clean, they're durable, and they save time. If you order smart, your cost per print is low and predictable. We will get into gang sheets and being smart about how you set that up in a different video. The only downside, they're not flexible. If someone changes their mind and they want to resize the design, it's too late. That sheet is locked in. You're going to have to order a whole new run of sheets. And then there's embroidery. This is the part of my business that the corporate clients love. Hats, polos, towels, aprons, you name it. I run an SWF 1501C. It's solid, fast, and reliable. I don't do artistic stitching, just clean, repeatable logos. The catch with embroidery is the setup time. Digitizing can take forever, and sometimes fixing a client's logo just takes longer than the actual embroidery. But once it's locked in, you can run clean, high margin orders for years. We will get into the art of digitizing in a future video, but it's something that I tried, but I just didn't have the time to learn, so I outsourced my digitizing. I've connected with 2 different people who do a great job. That's their only job. They do it flawlessly and for a reasonable price, but most importantly, they're dependable. And bonus, the last one is print-on-demand services like Printful, Printify, or even Teespring, to name a few. These platforms are great, even if you're just getting started and you don't want to buy equipment and want to test a new design without taking any of that risk. I've used print-on-demand myself, not to replace my shop, but to supplement it. I've tested new designs with it, sold a few niche one-offs, and even used it to fulfill international orders when shipping from the shop didn't make sense. And let me be real with you, the margins aren't great. You're not going to get rich with print on demand, but it's a low risk, zero inventory, and if you're getting started from scratch, it's a good stepping stone. If you're a designer or content creator, it's also a way to start your business, building that brand before investing in the gear or inventory. Just keep in mind, you don't control the quality or the turnaround or sometimes even the packaging. So it's not for everyone. The last thing you want to do is invest a bunch of money and your ideas don't work out. So print on demand is usually a good first step when you're venturing out into your own designs on a shirt or different merch. So here's the truth. No single method is perfect. I don't just DTG everything. I don't just do transfers. I don't just embroider. I mix methods depending on the customer, their design, and their budget. So that's how I've stayed fast, profitable, and still sane running this print shop full time. If you want more real talk about running a shop, embroidery fails, designing merch that people actually wear, hit that subscribe button. Next week, I'm going to bring you some behind the scenes of a full day here at the shop, printing, packaging, and showing what a real work day looks like. So thanks for stopping by. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you on the next one.